Okay, I think it's live now. Okay. Yeah. So, hello everyone. You're welcome to today's webinar. My name is Kwame Asamoah-Kwarteng. I'm the General Secretary of the University of Manchester Students' Union. So, last year, myself and my team were discussing the need for us to train our students not just to become better employees, but also to become better and bigger business owners and entrepreneurs. So, we like went through the university and realized that hey, we had Masood Entrepreneurship Centre that actually are there to provide this kind of service. So we felt that it was good for us to partner them and then sort of spread the need for students to capture the need for to study entrepreneurship so that they can become better businessmen and women. Yeah, so here we are having our first webinar to let you know what Masood have in stock for us as students. And so, yeah, I'll pass it on to Shenzi, our women's officer, to just say a few words. Then we can now move on to the presentation.
Hi everyone, I'm Chenzi, the Women's Officer of Student Union. I know some of you did not intend to be an entrepreneur or set up your own business as a graduate, but entrepreneurial skills are still important for everyone, for which after taking the entrepreneurial courses or workshops, you will gain the commercial awareness, creative and innovative thinking, negotiation and leadership, and a lot of soft skills, which all of them are the necessary skills in employers and the company they are seeking for during the recruitment. So based on the initial skills and knowledge we want to make sure you gain during your journey in our university, we establish a strategic relationships with Masood Entrepreneurial Centre, which based in Ireland's Manchester Business School. And today, Enterprise Officer and Tony Walker, Deputy Director, will introduce more details of all the available entrepreneurship support. So Tony, could you please start the presentation?
Yeah, thanks, Chenzi. So I'm Tony Walker. I'm joined by my colleague Jess Growcut, our Enterprise Officer, and we are from the Masood Entrepreneurship Centre. We're based in the business school, but we service the entire university campus. We service all the 3 faculties with our programmes and support and competitions. Next slide, please. Just to tell you a bit of background. So the university has a number of strategic goals it wants to develop. One of these is innovation, and Masood Entrepreneurship Centre supports those goals of the university. Our aim is to be recognised globally as Europe's most innovative university. We want to create a world-leading campus where we can stimulate ideas, discover new inventions and new technologies and new medical breakthroughs, and then help develop them and realise them as businesses and social enterprises to do good and create benefit for the economy. We are also aiming to be a hive of commercial and social enterprise, and we want to stimulate a number of programs, events, and the whole ecosystem that can support staff and students to take their idea into the real world, partner with industry, NGOs, government, and any other people we can make connections with, and recognise us as a leading provider of knowledge and solutions. Next slide, please. So we have a vision and a mission, and our vision is to build an entrepreneurial ecosystem that nurtures the next generation of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs can work for themselves. You can work entrepreneurially within a company, an SME, or a corporate. So our aim is to support and give confidence to individuals, specifically students, to develop their own businesses, their own ideas, and to start up and develop benefits for society, the economy, both locally and worldwide. How do we do this? So we work by developing entrepreneurial skills. We create a culture within our programs, within our taught learning, and within our extracurricular activity that helps people develop their ideas, develop the skills they need to take those ideas forward, to validate them, and then to eventually launch their own businesses. So our aim is to empower the next generation of entrepreneurs to take control of their futures. Next slide, please. So what do we offer at Massoud? We offer a wide range of co-curricular activities. We offer elective units at undergrad and postgrad. We have a highly experienced team of staff, both academic and professional staff. Our academic staff are 9 in number, and they teach and deliver a range of courses at undergrad and postgrad level. And then we have a small team that delivers our extracurricular activities. We have a sustainable business model. We've been around for 20 years, developing and launching businesses and teaching entrepreneurship. We currently have 26 taught enterprise units, which are offered across all the campus and at all levels. And we're supported at senior level within the university, because this mission is really strategically important to the university around innovation and entrepreneurship. And our aim is to create an enterprise culture within the university that creates entrepreneurship for all. We want everybody at every level to have the experience of entrepreneurship training, entrepreneurship learning, and to have the opportunity to take their business idea forward. Next slide, please. So over the last year, we've helped create 35 new businesses. So in total, that brings the number over the last 3 years to 132 startups. We're one of the leading developers of startup businesses in the UK. Our businesses employ over 1,000 people and generate over £21 million in turnover. We work right across the university, and we work closely with internal groups in the university, with careers, with our technology transfer office, and with our business engagement team. And we also work closely with the student societies, both Manchester Entrepreneurs and a number of other societies. And we aim to increase that, hence today's informative webinar for you. And we're well connected regionally and nationally, and also we are aiming to grow to be the best in Europe. Next slide, please. These are some of our elective units. As we said, there are 26 of these. You can add them onto the majority of courses that exist in the various faculties, whether it's engineering, biomedical sciences and health, and the social sciences as well. We'll show you an email later on, entrepreneurship@manchester.ac.uk, and you can find out more information on our courses by inquiring through that. But we do everything from undergraduate through to postgraduate learning, things like shaping business ideas, essential enterprise skills, and right through to innovation and commercialization of research, which we do through the doctoral training centres. Next slide, please. We also do postgraduate units and school-specific ones. So again, you can contact us for entrepreneurship at. Next slide, please.
Thanks, Tony. It's always when I see the numbers on paper about all the achievements that Masood Entrepreneurship Centre's achieved that we realise what an important service we are. And I just want to start by saying to all students, you are in the best place possible at university to learn and develop your skills in entrepreneurship. And that's not just for you if you have an idea, for a business, but just learning those skills can be so useful, as Tony alluded to earlier, in the workplace. It's a well sought after trait if you can demonstrate that you can be entrepreneurial and innovative thinking, and it's those skills that will really help you enhance in the workplace, whether that's through spotting opportunities or new ways of doing things. But now is the time to learn and develop those skills, and that's something that we as an entrepreneurship centre can help and support you with. We have funding to deliver all these programs and events that I'm going to go into more detail about. So it's free to you to participate in, and now is the best time to do that, where you've got a full-time study, but you do have free time to participate in these co-curricular activities. So I'm just going to start with our events programme and touch upon a few key events that I really think you should be getting involved with whilst at uni that you might be interested in. So we do a speaker series, Entrepreneurs at Manchester, and that's where we invite quite well-known entrepreneurs into the University of Manchester to talk about their journey with you. And they're quite cool names. So recent one is Kath Kidston. She's known globally for her design prints and furnishings. And it's really interesting when we invite big names such as Kath Kidston along, because I think you always think, they're in the right place at the right time, and that could never happen to me. And when we really drill down into the nuts and bolts of how she actually came about, she were in your position as well. She started out with just an inch of an idea, started small, and she developed networks, she built on learning, she learnt from mistakes, and now she's a global brand. So that series is really useful just for you to gain an insight into how they did it. And there's also opportunity for you to ask questions as well at the end, so you can ask any questions and get honest, raw answers. Our Startup Spotlight is another popular event that we offer. We do these a few times a year, and this is where we invite back our often recent grads who more than often developed their idea whilst they were studying. So they thought of an idea whilst they were at uni, and they've taken advantage of the support available to them, and we invite them back after 2 or 3 years to come in and share that startup journey. And again, you can learn from their mistakes, but also learn about the opportunities that they took advantage of whilst at university, and also the people that they met along the way, the different things that they got involved with around the area. So again, it's really useful to hear stories from those who have been there. And it's so daunting, I imagine, if you're a student and you've got an idea, like, where do you start? What do you do next? You must feel so alone at times to think, my idea can never be good enough. I can never be the next Kath Kidston. So that's what those events are for. It's for you to build on that network, and also to ensure you that the support is there and it is available. And those students that are the recent graduates that are coming in to speak, those now entrepreneurs, they were in the exact same position as you potentially are now. So yes, it's a great series. Really encourage you to get involved with that. But yeah, we do loads of events throughout the year. She's the Business, that's one that's happening next Thursday. If you haven't already registered, please do quickly, because places are limited. And that's a really cool event that we do every year. We invite inspirational speakers, again, to come and share their journeys with you. But we also include a series of workshops aimed at those with ideas and without ideas. So featured in this series next Thursday is developing your entrepreneurial mindset. Really useful, just if you're interested in entrepreneurship. And it goes right through into a workshop all around how you can secure funding, how you can promote your business. So it's useful whether you've got a business or you're just curious and wanting to learn more. So that's for the event. So many things. So yeah, please do get in touch and stay up to date with our events calendar. But we also do competitions. And again, our support is available to all those with and without ideas. So Bright Ideas competition, that closed recently, and we're currently in round 2 with our applicants, and that was aimed at those that might have a bit of an idea and they're wanting to learn what would be the next steps if I were to take this idea forward. So it's aimed at those at very early stage, just wanting to learn more about the actual process of starting an idea. And there's cash to be won as well. So by submitting an idea, you don't only receive the support from the enterprise team in shaping that idea, but you can also win cash. Obviously, you're encouraged to use that cash to move forward, but it is a cash prize. Now, for those with ideas where you've done your validation, you know there's a need, you know there's a want, and you're wanting to actually, or you're considering starting a business, we've got our signature startup program, which is Venture Further, and the call for that for applications is open now. And again, this startup competition, you can win a significant amount of money to actually move forward with your idea and actually start developing your business. So you can win up to £10,000 for first place, and there are 5 categories that you can enter. There's a prize pot of a total of £75,000 that all needs to be won this year. So if you do have a startup business idea, please do get involved in that competition. And that, again, it's not all about the cash. There's so much support on offer to those who are interested in entering, from shaping your idea. There's pitching training, so learning how you can actually articulate your idea and really tapping into the things that people want to hear. Everything from marketing plans to your financial plans. So again, that Venture Further program as a whole, it's such a great opportunity to learn more and really develop your idea. So obviously you've got the chance of winning a significant amount of cash, but you can still benefit from that program with or without the fund at the end. Next slide, please. So just moving on to some further support that we offer, we've got entrepreneurship programs. So that's very much around your skills development. We can take you through the startup journey from your initial idea, and we can end up with something quite prominent at the end. Our enterprise school, that's a real good example. So each year we run, throughout the summer, we run an enterprise school where we invite students to come along and they work on hypothetical ideas. But it's just fantastic to see that you can start with an idea, knowing very little about enterprise and entrepreneurship, and at the end of the program you've got a fully fleshed potential business plan. So things like that, it's so valuable, and you're in such a good place at the university to get involved with those opportunities. So yeah, we've got Kickstarter award. You might have heard of that already. That is it's a risk-free award that you can apply for, just to test your idea. You can apply for up to £1,000, and that can be anything from conducting market research, so actually going out and making contact with potential key partners, or just learning a little more about the sector that you're wanting to enter. Or if you've already kind of done the market validation, you can use that money for a prototype. And there's no obligation for you to actually move forward with anything if you find out, actually, my idea isn't perhaps exactly what I thought it was going to be. That's fine. We want you to learn as much as you can. And yeah, so that award is available to all our students at the university. And we also offer some development programs in partnership with some consortiums that we're part of. So, and these focus on a more specific area. So, for example, the Aspect Network, it's a fantastic network to be a part of if you have an idea relating to social sciences. And that's essentially where a collection of universities have come together, and we in partnership develop programs which will be really useful to tap into a specific area. So again, we've got so much for you to be involved with, regardless of whether you've got an idea, you've got a business, or you're just wanting to learn more about entrepreneurship in general. Next slide, please. And just a final one, we also support our entrepreneurs who have they've been there, they've validated, they've now at the start of their journey, and we offer that ongoing support to help them kind of elevate themselves into the marketplace. We do all sorts we offer mentoring sessions, so we can link you up with a key mentor. We still offer advice, so we have our regular drop-in sessions where entrepreneurs can come in and just have a chat, keep us up to date, find out about other opportunities. We've got links within the city with some key partners, so we're all about connecting you to real useful links to enable you to develop your idea forward. So in a nutshell, please do get involved with us. There's so many things that you can participate in, whether you've got an idea or not, you're just wanting to learn more, develop your skills, or you just want to be connected further afield. So yeah, hopefully we'll speak to you all soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, great presentation. Great presentation. I think Tony wanted to add something.
Yeah, just one more slide. Just talk about some of our startups. So I know, obviously, as we said, we do Entrepreneurship for All, and I know Kwame and Chenze, you're particularly keen on female entrepreneurship and also international students. So we have a range of support there, including helping with the Startup Visa Scheme, which helps international students establish businesses in the UK. And as Jess said, we have She's the Business and lots of other programs. So as I say, Entrepreneurship for All is our strapline, and also getting people involved while it's a safe space and a safe haven on campus to develop your idea. And as Jess said, no idea is a bad idea until it's validated. So if you have one, we can talk about most areas. We've supported most areas and most subjects over the last 20 years. I'll give you some examples of our startups. Urban Chain, Samaya Tahiri, she developed that from her research into urban infrastructures and cities. That has grown now to be a business for getting people out of energy poverty, and Samaya now has started her own company up, and that's actually received several rounds of investment now. Click Mechanic, that was created by Andrew Jervis, one of our students. He had a great idea for people to be able to have their cars serviced at their home or at their workplace. He set that up, and that is now an established business operating out of London. Shindiger, probably many of you will know, is a brewery in Manchester. They won a lot of awards recently at the Manchester Food and Drink Festival, which was really great. And then Ash, another great example of a female entrepreneur. Christina Rihanna Taylor took the idea of dance and street dancing to help young people get out of gangs and disadvantage, and now they provide entertainment when football matches are back to crowds, which hopefully is very soon. They provide entertainment for matches. They've had their groups go over to major world global dance championships and win, and so it goes on. We've got some really fantastic businesses that have sprung out of ideas that when they came to us, they didn't know whether or not that was worthwhile setting up as a business. So we support, we encourage, we provide some awards, and there's no reason why anybody out there listening now couldn't have their name on that list in a couple of years. So that's the end of the presentation from us. We're the Masood Entrepreneurship Centre, and we are at entrepreneurship@manchester.ac.uk.
Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you very much for the presentation. I particularly liked the, letting us know some of the businesses that our students have set up, from getting the support from Masood. I think we have one question on Facebook, which is, and I think it's asking that, can Masood help international students with their startups? And what about visa? Because I suppose the person is on tier 4 and wants to know whether they can gain support from Massoud.
Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So it's correct. Under tier 4 visa, you can't start up a business. However, what you can do is you can develop and validate the potential of a business idea, which is what we can help you to do. We can help take you through a range of skills development. We have a number of programs that actively support that. And then when people are eligible and ready, we can help them move on to the next stage of the visa, which is the startup visa or the doctoral extension scheme, which can help people as well. That area is constantly changing. Next April, there's supposed to be a new 2-year postgraduate. We're keeping a close eye on that. We work with colleagues in the university who ultimately help us get those licenses from the UKVI. But we can support you up to the point and then help you move beyond that to try and get you set up in your own business.
So I think the same person has asked a follow-up question. And I think he's talking about, since we have like maybe a career service to help me if I want to find a job. So I suppose maybe the person may not know that Masood Entrepreneurship Centre is like the equivalent of career service, but supporting students who want to go into entrepreneurship. So if you can expand on that one.
Jess, do you want to go on that?
Yeah, I'm just having. Yeah, so again, as we mentioned in the presentation, there's so much support available. As kind of a first point of call, I suggest just get in touch with us, email us and let us know that you're interested. We do a drop-in session every Friday morning now online from 9:30 till 11, and that's exactly what it is, a drop-in. So there's no appointment necessary. You can just turn up and you can have a chat. So it's always useful for us to get an understanding as to what stage you're at, because we wouldn't want to just sit here and tell you about everything available, because if we go into detail about developing your business, you might be at a very early stage where you're just wanting to learn a bit more. So I really encourage you, just get involved with us, have a chat with one of us, and I'm certain there will be something of interest to you and useful that you can get involved with while studying.
So they can just send an email to the enterprise, the email that we put on the screen, enterprise@manchester.ac.uk. And
Yeah.
the idea doesn't need to have been polished or anything. It can just be an idea that they can easily just book in.
Yes, just get in touch at entrepreneurship@manchester.ac.uk. Get in touch, I'm really interested to learn more about enterprise and entrepreneurship. Can I please have a chat with somebody? And we can arrange that and take it from there.
Awesome. Okay. Chenzi.
Yes, there's another question is, if an international student has a business already registered in the board, can they register it again here in the UK as a way of expanding the business as opposed to register a completely new business? Tony,
Yeah,
can you answer this question, please?
It would depend. It's all about what business registration Companies House have, and we have to follow their rules. So again, the best thing is to come and talk to us about it. Vice versa, we have businesses that set up in the UK that want to trade abroad. So there are support channels for that. We have a good relationship with what's called the Business Growth Hub, which is a Manchester-based organisation for businesses, and they have a unit called MIDAS, which is an Inward Development Agency, and they can provide services for businesses that want to come to Manchester and set up, or anywhere in the UK. So we can facilitate conversations that can get the answer to that question. It's an ever-changing landscape as well. So if I gave an answer now, it could change based on the current sort of trade relations and development. So it's better to get or talk to us first, and then we can provide you with actual up-to-date information.
Yeah, it's as Tony said, it's always useful to get in touch for an individual case by case. But I just want to add, like, we are here to support you in taking your ideas forward, and we want people to succeed in this as well. And throughout the Startup Visa scheme, although we are assessing your idea, we do everything we can to support you to develop that idea. So we obviously follow the guidelines set by the government, but we will work with you to ensure that you're in the best position possible as securing that startup visa.
Okay, so Chelsea.
Yes, sounds good. Yeah, there's the last two questions. So this one is asking about is there any portfolio of for the graduate student who want to set up a startup in their home countries?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
great questions.
On that list, there were lots of examples where people have gone back to their home countries. We've had recent examples. We have a company called AgroDoc, where Chisholm is developing services in his home country. We had one that was a very successful company, actually developing a secure web browser that went back to Berlin and set up. So the university is a global institution. We have global connections, and we help to facilitate those. So at the end of the day, of course, entrepreneurship is a global skill set. So, you know, we actively encourage people to take the message that Manchester is a great place back to their home country. We can facilitate, you know, the university worldwide. There's all sorts of connections it can make.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful, and I'm sure that they can also take part in some of the competitions. Maybe if they have their own,
absolutely, yeah,
and then even get the funding for it. So let's say maybe a follow up to that question. If I go back to my country as a graduate, can I still get any kind of support? Like, do I have a link where maybe I can just send an email and get some sort of support from Massoud?
We always support graduates, yeah. I mean, absolutely, because I was in touch with a graduate recently who's 4 years out from developing his business. That business didn't work. He moved on to we had a conversation. He said he wanted to raise some funding, and now I've got him in touch with a number of people who are looking to help him to raise funding for that. So yeah, I mean, we're always open. If we can help, we will help. Why would we not? You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we have another question, which would be like our last question. I think the person's name is Junior. He says that does Massoud support students with real estate business ideas?
We have done, yeah. We've supported a couple of businesses with real estate. One very recently, which was an innovative idea for connecting students, landlords, and estate agents through a new innovative style app and service. We've had ones in the past that have been more around services for housing rather than real estate as such, because clearly we have lots of expertise, but we would have connections with people who have real estate expertise, but most of them have been around technology for improving access to housing or services for housing, etc.
Yeah, awesome, great. Somebody just sent me a private chat to ask a question. I don't know why he's not joining us on the live stream. So the person just is saying that the startup visa that usually international student you help international students to get, do they need to present any finances? Should they have any sort of bank statements to be able to have access to that sort of support? Or so they want to know what documents the person present, or
Yeah, there is a criteria, which again, if you get in touch, we can share that with you. So yeah, there is a criteria, and it does include the financial element as well.
Yeah, Shenzi, do you have anything to say? Or
Yes, I have a following question just to the startup visa part. It's like those material which look like easy for people to understand. Is it available on website, or is like you have to send an email to ask specifically? Then I can gain those material to know about more details.
Yeah, so there's information online. So if you go on the website, there is a tab for the startup visa for you to learn more about the actual application process, and what's expected and what's required. But we do ask you to get in touch to get access to like the application and stuff, just so we can support you in submitting that. If it was a case of you just downloading the application, filling it in and sending it off, there's less chance of you being successful without that support. And that's why we ask you to get in touch to get the application, so that we can assist you in putting something together and actually work with you to develop your idea ahead of you submitting the application. As I said before, we want you to succeed. So as much support as we can offer, the better.
Yeah. And actually, that is why we got you here. We wanted to make sure that you get our students succeeding when they will take the entrepreneurship route. So I think we would like to say thank you very much for accepting to join the student union to preach entrepreneurship to students. And we believe this is just the starting point. This is the first webinar that we are having, and we are already developing a partnership to deliver much more programs for our students. So to our viewers, anytime you want to, you have just an idea, it doesn't need to be a polished idea. Just get in touch with entrepreneurship at manchester.ac.uk, and then just send it to them, book an appointment. Yeah, it's just on the screen, book an appointment with them, and then they're fantastic people. I took part in the venture further, even though I didn't win. Yeah, even though I didn't win, but I got all the support, and then I was open to loads of support and to understanding how I could structure certain things to allow my business to succeed. So I really understand most of the things that they said. But yeah, you can also get in touch with myself, Kwame, jensekat.su at manchester.ac.uk. You can also contact the women's officer, who is also really, really interested in entrepreneurship, and is even keen on the she's a business event as well. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Just check on this space. We'll be having lots more program with Massoud. Just check on this space, and then get in touch and have fun. Maybe the last thing I want just to say is that you have one program coming up next week. So if you can give just a short information about that.
Jess, do you want to go about She's a Business?
Yeah, so She's the Business. It's taking place next Thursday. We've got a whole host of different workshops and talks and speakers that you can get involved with. And you can register through our Facebook page or through our webpage. Just places are limited, so please do book your place if you're interested. And yeah, prepare to be empowered, inspired, and just it's such an incredible event for all. Entrepreneurship is for all.
Oh, mate, can I just do one shout out for one of our student societies? So Accelerate Me, the Entrepreneurs Society, they're currently going to be running their Accelerator program soon. And if people want to look up Accelerate Me, it was on one of our slides. That is another channel that is well worth looking for if you have a business idea. There's a couple of other societies run competitions during the year. One is Blockchainers. The other one is there's various biotech ones as well, the Northwest Bio Forum. So we really, really look forward to getting more societies involved in entrepreneurship. So thanks for the opportunity today.
Yeah, sure. So thank you very much, and then have a good night. So goodbye.